Okay, we're going to do a short tutorial video here on how to construct a diagonal wall. I've got these wall segments here so I can just show you what the alignment of the grid is at this point. So front, back, left, and right from the position that I'm in. We're going to build a wall starting from this column going towards that corner over here. Okay. Start with a column base, or you could do a full column if you wanted to. We're going to build ours out of granite. The kind of quick and dirty, simple one, you snap a narrow wall into the center of the column, rotate it, snap it, this one to the last narrow wall, rotate, and you just keep repeating this. And then you can add some kind of support where you want to. I would recommend columns along whatever you choose as the backside. And then to finish that off, kind of the quick go-to would be columns, but there's also this corner wall option. I'm not a big fan of this corner wall, but I'll show you how it looks on here. It wouldn't look terrible if it was just the corner wall, but with that crown and that base on it, it looks kind of ridiculous in my opinion. And that's not just on this application, that's on any application, unless you're using crowned walls. So, here's the other idea that I came up with. Take that same corner wall, and you rotate it so it's going to go into your corner backwards. And that hides the crown and the base. It gives you a pretty finished look. Now, the thing I don't like about this one is this is a very jagged, kind of a sawtooth wall as you go along it. You could throw braziers in there or standing torches or whatever you want to do to make it look a little bit better, but I think there's a better way to do this, which I'll show you now. So we're going to start with that same column base. This time, instead of granite narrow walls, we're going to use archway bases. This is a method. The first person I saw use it was Strider, one of the guys that occasionally streams with us on Friday nights. You can find him in the Discord or on YouTube. But you rotate these so that the backs snap together, but then that finished front side, I mean, there's various ways of overlapping them, but the way they snap the best is just tip to tip. I'm going to carry this one all the way across the square. So there's your baseline. And then you can build up a full column height is the standard granite column is 4 of these sections high. You may have seen a wall like this in one of my other builds. The build in the Bare Knuckle Brawlers world that I've been working on for a while now. Particularly the build in the mines outside Lonai's camp. Has a very large curtain wall. I believe it's 5 or 5.5 full column heights from its bottom to its top. Now you could absolutely call this finished, but I feel like putting in columns offers much better support. So we'll put a full column there and a full column there. You could also do full columns on the junctions of the backside. You can see those column pieces through the crown and the base poking through the front side of the wall. Not a big deal, but if you don't like that, your other option is a small column base with the small column crown. And that's what shows there through the front side. Or optionally, you can just use column shafts. So that's in the same position as those other columns, but you can't see anything from the front side. Now, as far as filling in these gaps here in the front goes, again, not really a whole lot you can do. You could put standing torches in each one of those corners. I'm not certain that a granite corner would work here, but let's try it. It wants to snap right there, which is not where we want it to snap. That looks pretty ridiculous and is not going to get rid of our sawtooth look. Now if we rotate it, it's still not going to get rid of our sawtooth look, and I don't know if it's going to snap. It's definitely not snapping, but that doesn't mean you can't line it up yourself. But again, it actually kind of makes that wall stick out further than it did before. It could it won't snap. It wants to snap that back corner, but so what I'm doing here is I'm pushing it through till it snaps that back corner and then backing up one space. And that's how I'm choosing where to set it. Now, the first person I saw do a diagonal wall is Fireman Davey. Find him on YouTube or in the Discord. He's also on Twitch, and he is our moderator on the Reddit page, the LotR Return to Moria Reddit subreddit. He did his out of wooden lattice. It looked really great, but you know, wooden lattice has its own applications as well as granite. So that looks pretty good. It's about as smooth as you're gonna get that, get rid of that sawtooth motion or sawtooth look. So down here is another one that I did just as a test piece, trying out the different columns, like I already showed you up there. And over here is a curved wall application. This idea, first person I saw implement any type of, or the method used to make this curved wall was Alaskan Care. She's on YouTube and Twitch, and find her in the Discord also. Her idea is that these column pieces don't snap together. So you can kind of place them. The only way these things snap is if you put them right on top of each other. So you can get more of a circular application with them if you want to. But anyways, I laid this base layer first, and I just followed the curve of this natural curve here in the world. And then this one I followed to the outside around the base of this pillar. Now, I have no idea how supported this is. The colors all went together great, but essentially what looks like a wall, and you would think would have the stability of a wall, likely only has the stability of a singular column, which is illustrated by that. I should have been able to, if these were snapped together, let's go up and destroy this, and I'll destroy this one right here. So this is the same thing. This is those archway bases snapped in together. Now, if I come over here and destroy these columns from the back, and because I have that column there that they're snapped to, I can probably destroy this entire base layer, and this wall won't explode. Because all these pieces, even though they're anchored to the bottom pieces, are also anchored to this piece. These pieces right here are anchored to this column, and these pieces are anchored to that piece, and so on down the line. If I delete this column, this whole wall will explode. So, again, that's what happened over here. These pieces aren't being supported by the pieces to the right and left of them, so when you take out that bottom piece, they all explode. And that's the tutorial on how to build a diagonal wall.